How you doing and welcome back. I'm Master Antonio Garcia of thekookaroosamurai.com, and this is the continuation of our new series of self-defense videos that we're making. So what we're going to take a look at today, if you took a look at our last video, we went over how to use off-balancing to loosen a person's grip. What we're going to take a look at today is how to use pain to get a person to release their grip. So this is actually part one of a part two video, because we're actually going to go into a different pain technique in the next video. But for this one, what we're going to take a look at again is how the body reacts. And again, when it comes to these philosophies of off-balancing and inflicting pain, you have to remember that it does not matter how strong the other person is. They have no control over how the body prioritizes. So if you inflict pain on somebody, their body's going to prioritize and figure out what's causing pain, and it's going to be more concerned about that than it is about a grip on somebody else. So you have to remember that this works on persons of any size. Okay? Now, what we're going to take a look at first is a couple of strikes. Now, like I told you in the last video, and I say in most of my videos, is that we don't necessarily only teach specific movements that you may not remember if you ever attacked, but what we teach are philosophies and ideas so that you have an idea of what you can do in any situation. So we actually change the way that your mind thinks about being attacked. So when you find yourself in a situation, instead of remembering a 7-step, step here, slap here, elbow, which is fun in a class setting, but realistically you're going to remember more about some of the more vague, open-ended ideas in a time of attack. So we're going to take a look at a couple strikes. Now, I'm going to break this down how the body works so you have a better understanding here. Okay? What we're going to take a look at is some sensitive parts of the body. Okay? The first being the shin. Now the shin, okay, doesn't have as much meat on it as the other parts of the body, say the calves or the thighs. Okay, so it's right there. There's a lot of bones. But the thing is you also have a lot of nerves going up and down that shin as well. So it's a very sensitive area to being kicked or being struck. And then one of the nice things about being wintertime is that you're more likely going to be wearing some sort of shoes. Okay, and even if you wear certain kind of dress shoes to work or tennis shoes, the nice thing about that, it does protect the toes. So unlike being at the beach where you're barefoot, this does allow you to get a nice strong strike without injuring to yourself. Okay, so we have the shin. It's a very sensitive area. So what we're going to do is we can just kick to the shin like that, and it doesn't take much. You feel it just by tapping. So work with another person, a partner, and just tap each other in the shin. You don't have to kick hard, and you'll notice how much pain that is. Another thing that I've used in my martial art videos, okay, is slapping the throat. Okay, just like this, slap. All right, bam, come back. Okay, it's a very sensitive area, and you don't have to punch or strike the throat. You just have to slap it, and a person will instinctively start coughing. Okay, because it causes a certain reaction they have no control over. And a lot of times, the natural reaction is to bring your hands up to your throat. But even if they don't, at the very least, they're going to release that grip ever so slightly. So now, it's the reason why I say slap the throat as opposed to punching the throat is that while you're being attacked, you have a lot of adrenaline, a lot of fear, giving you a lot of extra strength. If you punch someone in the throat, there's a very good possibility that you're going to kill them, because the trachea is a very sensitive part of the body. So if I were to punch somebody in the throat, more than likely, unless I know how to pull back a punch, they will not survive. So slapping is pretty much guaranteed that if you're ever attacked, maybe by somebody you know or is in a fight, if you always practice punching in the throat, then you're more likely to do that by accident than you are when you're attacked of doing it in that situation. Slapping works just as well, and it's a lot less dangerous. Now, if you slap the person in the throat when you're being attacked and they don't release, by all means, switch over to a punch and have at it. Okay? You always start to up it if the initial stuff doesn't work. Alright, so what we're going to take a look at is using pain to release from this grip. So again, I'm going to grab her by the wrist. Okay? Now from here, she's going to inflict pain, okay, in order to let me release this grip just a little bit. She doesn't need a lot. Remember, these grips, even though they're death grips, just by hitting pain will cause me to release it just a little bit. So she's going to come in, and she's going to hit my shin. Okay? Now, I didn't let go of her. That still hurt, but she did feel my grip release. So at the same time she strikes, she's going to pull her hand away. Like that. That's all she needs to do. Okay? Another thing is to slap the throat. Okay? So if I grab her other hand, okay, she's trying to pull away, she can slap the throat again and pull her hand away. Like this. Just like that. Alright? Well, I hope you enjoyed it. There's just a couple of techniques, but remember that it's more of an idea than it is a specific number of techniques. So what I want you to do is when you practice with somebody, learn the different areas of where you can hit to cause the most amount of pain. Okay, we're not looking for damage because depending on who you're attacking, you may punch as hard and kick as hard, and you may not do a lot of damage. It's more a matter of where you're striking. But everybody is sensitive in certain areas. Okay, another area that we'll cover in the next video. You're going to see some neat ways to really inflict some pain on somebody, release that grip. So I hope you enjoyed today's videos. Make sure you check out our website, thecookaroossamurai.com. Take a look at our self-defense page. Read the articles that accompany these videos so you have a better understanding of what's out there. And we hope that you'll learn and you're able to protect yourself if the time ever comes you need to. Thank you. We'll see you next time.